Welcome to the Short Funk Podcast. I'm Tom Barbalet. I sometimes wonder whether I just get obsessed, focused, just involved too much in certain aspects of what is popular news, and in particular how ridiculous a lot of popular news is. This Russian hacking stuff just irritates me to my core. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it's overburdening Short Funks currently. One of the things that I find really curious, a secondary thought that I have associated with this whole thing, is the role in which Russian intelligence is portrayed as, I don't know, like clickbait spies. The whole nature of Russian intelligence is, well, they're just the bumbling Russians doing what they do. Russian intelligence, in terms of like the world's intelligence, I have, and this is not a positive thing in any regard. This is in no way an endorsement, because particularly associated with Mossad, I have very little positive to say about the ritual execution of your enemies, and in particular the way in which Mossad has done it. I mean, it's extraordinary. It's interesting, actually, because this is a political thing that I probably should analyse a little bit in Short Funk. I'd much rather have a few people involved in acts of very specific violence than tens of millions of people involved in acts of ongoing and never-ending violence. And in this regard, the notion of the surgical strike is something that I find difficult to resolve, because I don't like the method. I don't like the nature of people being, walled up and shot through the heart in front of their families by a small number of, well-trained operatives. That strikes me as really barbaric and anti-human, fundamentally. But at the same point, I really, really, really hate these constant military blunders which just kill tens of thousands of, millions of people in some regard, hundreds of thousands, millions of people. And they're just sloppy and really, really badly orchestrated. I guess in some spectrum of humanity, the stupidity and sloppiness of humanity, when enacted on a vast scale, is so, this is genocide, fundamentally. And the specific and individual murders of people is horrible. But if humans have to enact something, I don't even feel comfortable even saying this out loud, but I clearly have a sense that one is better than the other, which might in itself be completely misguided. The nature of Russian intelligence, as it has behaved in the past 5 years, is to execute people very precisely and very surgically. And there are too many names here. Many of them are journalists, some of them are political figures, some of them are state leaders. The extraordinary extent that Russia has gone to kill people in amazing, unprecedented fashions. Some of them slow deaths, some of them fast deaths. The way in which Russia kills, Russian intelligence kills, can in no way be underscored. It's just impossible to do any basic research into Russian intelligence and not come to this conclusion that if Russia wants you dead, you will be dead. And that's just the way things are. If Hillary Clinton had died of pneumonia, that would be a clear indicator of the involvement of Russian intelligence. A clear indicator. But the nature of the clickbait, and also what seems to come through some of the news articles, which seem to indicate very strongly that there might have been internal people within the DNC that might have released this information to WikiLeaks. The fact that WikiLeaks itself says it wasn't the Russians, maybe. But also the complete misunderstanding of what Russian intelligence is here, and the nature of Russian intelligence associated with just, this must be incredibly humorous to these people that enact such pinpointed extermination. And what you find actually when you watch documentaries associated with the way Russian intelligence behaves is that the people that they kill, it's usually their friends that Russian intelligence coerces to poison them with radioactive tea and do a variety of different really curious things. It's a strange world that we live in, and people just aren't educating themselves associated with the very basic elements of the world. And I think what happens increasingly is those of us that choose to do basic things within educating ourselves associated with these things, it's almost like we're alien creatures, that the world is just going on and we are just observing. And the more that goes on, the more I just feel alienated from the general population, because understanding here, or at least some degree of analytical philosophy, analytical metaphysics, any means that you have to try to explore the information that you're presented. And my perspective is here, and we talked a little bit about targeted assassinations versus invasions, there's all kinds of grey area and all kinds of, stuff going on associated with my own analysis here. People might say, oh, he's clearly a Trump plant. Yes, as you listen to my free podcasts. I always love that one. You're sounding a little bit like a Republican there, Tom. Yeah, no, I'm putting out free podcasts that I put a huge amount of energy into for no financial gain. If you actually spend time around Republicans, you will see that that is in no way part of their general philosophy. It's actually, I mean, for me personally, sometimes a thing of beauty to actually look at how these folk can try to monetize their hobbies in very strange and curious ways. But yes, not part of the Republican Party. It'd be amazing, actually, if I received feedbacks from the Republicans to put this crap out. But that's an aside. Anyway, so, yeah, I just reflect on Russian intelligence, and I don't know. I mean, I guess I've read a few books associated with this and watched some documentaries periodically, but really, I mean, people just, I don't know. Maybe I guess watching documentaries associated with Russian assassination just isn't in everyone's general remit. Tom Barbalet in San Jose, signing out.